The founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, an extraordinary leader, featured in thousands of motivational videos across YouTube. Maybe you've watched some of them too, but today's video is a little different. Just imagine, what if everything Steve Jobs learned in his 50 years of life could be taught to you in just 15 minutes? Sounds interesting, right? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. In 2005, Steve Jobs delivered a historic speech at Stanford University, where he shared the most important lessons of his life through just 3 simple stories. And today, I'm going to present those ideas to you in a very simple way. So, for a few moments, put aside all distractions around you, because you're about to hear something that could change your entire perspective on life. Let's begin. Today, I am honored to be with you. Truth be told, I never graduated from college. This is actually the closest I've ever gotten to a college graduation. Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. No big deal, just 3 stories. First story, connecting the dots. I dropped out of college after just 6 months, but I stayed around for about a year and a half before I completely left. Why did I drop out? Because I couldn't see how college was going to help me in the future, and my parents were spending all their life savings on my education. So I made a tough decision. I dropped out. At the time, it felt terrifying, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made, because it allowed me to stop taking required classes and start following my curiosity. I took a calligraphy class, something that seemed useless at the time, but 10 years later, when we were designing the first Mac computer, that knowledge of typography became incredibly valuable. It made the Mac the first computer with beautiful fonts. That's when I realized, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Second story, love and loss. I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life. At 20, I started a company. Within 10 years, it became a huge success. But at 30, I was fired from the very company I started. Yes, from my own company. I was devastated. It felt like my life was over. But one thing didn't change. I still loved what I did. So I decided to start again. I built new companies, created new things, and entered one of the most creative periods of my life. Eventually, I returned to my old company. Now I understand. Getting fired was the best thing that could have happened to me, because it freed me to start over. So if you ever lose your way in life, remember this: don't lose what you love. And if you haven't found it yet, keep searching. Don't settle. Third story, death. When I was 17, I read something that changed my life. Live each day as if it were your last. For the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself,